It's Chris Watkin here from Agents Together, the estate agency charity that helps estate agents in the UK with their mind and their businesses. And I'm with Ben Brain, who is a very well-known estate agent from Derbyshire, who's a mentor to the charity and helps lots of estate agents out there. Ben, I'd like you, in today's Winning Ways video, talk about the 5 top tips that you've found to be the most important ingredients to building a successful estate agency. Talk to me.
Okay, so we've been in business now since 2003, so we've got quite a lot of experience of building teams. We have a team of 60 now. And what I found by far to be the secret ingredient to a winning estate agency is by having a team of hardworking, passionate, enthusiastic, and just genuinely nice people that care about what they do. And if you've got that, and it takes a while to get there, and it goes back to that recruitment piece that we've talked about in a previous video, when you've got that, anything else that you do in terms of systems and processes, it's just like adding fuel to the fire. But I think anything that you try and do in terms of growing the business, in terms of bettering the business, if you don't have that key ingredient, it limits the potential of everything else that you do. So without doubt, our biggest asset at Hannells is the team that we've got, because it's absolutely amazing. You know, they all genuinely do what's right by the business, do what's right by the customer. And we've got 8 branches. And whenever you go to any of those 8 branches, you just feel an energy and a buzz, and they're just great people.
Okay, so that's the first one. What are the other ingredients?
The other ingredients for me is systems and processes. So I think it's important for the foundational activities of your business to have clear systems and processes that everybody can buy into, so you get a consistency across the business, whether you've got 1 branch or 100. But then on top of that, it's giving the team the flexibility and the autonomy to bring their own skill set, to bring their own ideas, and to feel like they have real power and control over what they can do to affect the business. Because if everybody's just following the same tick sheet every day, it takes the fun out of it. So yes, there are systems and processes that I think have to be set in stone, but then it's about giving them the freedom to go out there and really spread their wings and bring in the results for themselves.
So values, systems and processes, what else?
Okay, for me, it's about not just looking at your managers as managers, but it's about helping to create them into leaders. Leaders who set a great example to the rest of the business, leaders in each branch who realise that their success relies on the success of the team below them. So it's about helping them to help them grow their teams. It's about giving them the support to do that. It's about having them ask the right questions of the teams and being focused on results. So it's not having branch managers, it's about having branch leaders, and everybody throughout the business really being a leader and setting an example to each other and holding each other to account.
Okay. So we've got values, processes and systems, and making our managers leaders. What else?
For me, again, and I can only talk about my experience at Hannells, it's having a genuine interest in great customer service. Because for me, and part of our success has largely been down to word of mouth. You know, we've got 8 branches in Derby. Last month in July, we brought onto the market 190 properties. We agreed sales on 188. So a great marketing tool for us is our boards and our for sold boards, because it's saturated in every suburb that you go to. But it's also the reviews that we're getting as a result of the service that we're providing. And it's having the team that buy into that as well. So if we have a property on the market, it's on the market for 150, but we think we can get 155, 160, we're not just going to accept that 150. We're going to do the best job for our vendor. And when you have that sort of integrity in the business, people feel it. And when they're talking to other agents, they can hear the difference. They can feel the difference in the language and the way people communicate. So it is having a genuine focus, not just on results, but delivering great customer service.
The next one?
So I think an important part of the process for any business, something that's especially tricky for agents to get right, is having clear USPs. So why are you different from the competition? Why should somebody pay you more to do what they see as in effect the same job when they can get it cheaper elsewhere? So if I come to you, Chris, with 2 apples, they both look the same. They're both the same size, both the same colour. One's £1, one's £1.50. Which one are you going to go for?
Marks and Spencer's one, of course.
But you don't know it's Marks and Spencer's yet.
Yeah.
But that's the challenge that customers are faced with. They see estate agents as all doing the same thing.
Ooh.
So if I was to now tell you that this was an organically grown apple, it had more vitamins and minerals, it was, no pesticides sprayed on it. You were going to feel better
Picked by
after eating
virgins
it.
from Mount Olympus.
Absolutely.
I'm having some of that.
Yeah, this is £1.50.
£2.
Exactly.
£2.
But I think where agents struggle is they fail to work out what it is that they can do that's different.
Exactly.
But also what's different that's meaningful to the customer. Because it's all very well having these bells and whistles, but if the customer doesn't understand how it's going to benefit them and how they're going to get a better result at the end of the process.
How do people do that, though? It's all very good you rabbiting on about this. How do they do that?
Oh, it's the traditional benefits and features. You've got to go out there and you've got to explain to your vendor, this is what we do. No other agent does it, but this is what you're going to get as a result. And if you go somewhere else, you risk missing out on that result. Now, all of a sudden, your customer's got FOMO. Yeah. They've got fear of missing out. They think, okay, if I go somewhere else, they might do a good job, but they're not going to get me this.
I think a magic phrase that I always like to use when I was selling houses, when we were doing a feature, is we've got this and this is what it means to you.
Exactly. That's it. If the customer doesn't understand what's in it for them, with them, what's in it for me, it's a wasted benefit. But it needs to be something that's unique to you. And that takes time. So we've got 3 USPs, and I won't share them here because, they're a secret sauce, but no other agent offers these USPs. And if you leave that valuation appointment with the vendor convinced that these 3 USPs, this is what they need, not what they want or what they might want, it's what they need to get that best price in the shortest time with a great service. If somebody else doesn't offer those 3 things, well, they have to pay extra.
And finally, any other ingredients?
Yes, my final ingredient, Chris, would be there's a great book called The 1 Minute Manager by Ken Blanchard, and I love Ken Blanchard and Patrick Lencioni because they really simplify a lot of processes. And this is something that I think applies not just to managers but to businesses as a whole. He breaks being a great manager down to 3 important processes. And the first is setting clear expectations. So everybody in the business actually knows what's expected of them. They knows how to get there, or they know how to get there. And if they're not doing it, they're given the support to get there. Praise is given where it's due, so people feel good about what they do, they love their job, but also if they're not getting the results, the redirects are given as well. And I think if you can get those 3 things right, you've got a team of people that know what the results are that you're looking for from them, they know how to get them, they're given praise when they do a great job, and they're redirected when they're not up to task. That's when the magic happens.
Fantastic tips there. Thank you for joining me today on the Agents Together Winning Ways video. These are weekly videos that we push out through the charity to help you guys out there in the estate agency land have a healthy mind and a healthy business. Thank you for your time today.
No, thank you, Chris. Enjoyed it.
And look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.